Welcome to Sky Blue Fans TV, and of course, I'm Claudio. And what a difference a week makes! Well, actually, after fearing the worst after our defeat at Wrexham, we've gained a point on second place. We're actually a week on, and we're better off than we were last weekend. Work that one out, because I thought after the Wrexham game, here we go, everyone's going to catch up. But the gods of football, the CCFC gods of Hill, Sillett, and Curtis, were looking down on us this week and thought, I'll tell you what, lads. We're going to do you a bit of a favour and get you some more points on the board. And of course, we turned it around on Tuesday with a fantastic victory. And now we're 4 points clear of second place, which means, regardless of what happens on Saturday, we are going to be top of the league come the international break, which is something I thought I'd never be saying. Not once and not twice, for sure. Now, it's absolutely superb. And of course, our next opponents, a year on pretty much from the sacking of Markrobins, is, of course, Markrobins Stoke City. So we'll be previewing the game, the Frank Lampard Coventry City versus Markrobins Stoke City, because that's how they're both called nowadays. We'll be discussing all the things that was superb on Tuesday night, the pre-show, during the game, after the game, and anything else that comes to mind. And of course, we've got Spot the Ball. We've got guests coming on. Sky Blue fan Wayne Brewerton, who's a friend of the show, and also we have Carl, who's a Stoke City fan, and the two of us can bask in the glory of having two magnificent teams at the minute. Two teams from the Midlands doing absolute wonders. If you think I'm waffling, I am. Anyway, let's bring in our panel. Jack. Good evening, Jack.
Good evening.
I had to keep waffling because I couldn't see my script. I've got the wrong glasses on.
It's not like you to keep waffling, is it, Claudio?
No, it isn't. And unfortunately, fortunately for Luca, unfortunately, because he couldn't make the game, I had Ken's ear to bend all game in the hospitality bit, which is fantastic. Also, we have Vicky in tonight. Evening, Vicky. Enjoy yourself on Tuesday. Everything good?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I think,
also, special guest, we have Wayne Brewerton, friend of the show. Evening, Wayne. How you doing, mate?
Evening.
Good. I thought you got on mute then. Yeah, really pleased you can make it. Ken's working. Mars is having to attend to his poor dog, he's had such trouble with his little dog recently. And hopefully, though, he'll be on around about 8:30. So Mars will be on. Chirpy Miles, and he could do with cheering him up, I think. But he's on top of the world at the minute. He's telling everybody to stop your moaning. We are top of the league. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Because we have so many comments, I'm going to get Jack to quickly read out a few comments to get us going, shall we?
Yeah, let's kick it off. Assassins Unite, super Frankie Lampard. That's what we're all thinking at the moment, isn't it? Plenty of evening alls. Gavs de Legrand, Rich T, LOL663. Coventry Archaeologist, lots of people saying good evening. Tough game, Stoke away Saturday. Hadji called it for US. We'll get to that, I'm sure. Evening, guys. 19 points from safety, says Mark Rainbow. That's brilliant. We're not even thinking about that at the moment, but you know, maybe we'll have to. Hopefully not. Mark Reed says, thank you, Miles, from a brilliant night, start to finish. As promised, membership incoming. Well, thank you very much, Mark. We appreciate it.
Mark came in from the US, and Miles sorted him out with the ticket. So, yes.
Oh, excellent. More evening, guys, from Steve Curry. What a great second half on Tuesday night, says Mark Packman. Thought Tats was brilliant. Looking forward to Stoke on Saturday. We're going to win 2-1. Robert Mason, great win and well deserved. Did anyone hear Wilder post-match win? Coulda, would, or shoulda, coulda, Wilder. Yeah, very good. I did listen to that actually, and he just sounds like a broken record, doesn't he, from last season? Whenever they lost. If we can manage a win on Saturday, we'll be a minimum of 7 points clear of third going into the international break. That would be incredible. I mean, no matter what happens, we're top at the international break. That's a given.
Lovely.
Nicholas James, with a short message tonight. What a time we're experiencing at the moment. I won't read that one. Sorry, just glancing through the comments, missing one out. We are so good defensively when the opposition puts pressure on us now. Wrexham don't count. It was a different back four. And it was in Wales, so it doesn't count either.
Jack, referring to Sven Walter's message, though, you are putting them on podcast now, aren't you?
Yes, they are all back on Spotify. So I was away in Japan, couldn't go up, but I put every single one up on Sunday. I think it was Sunday afternoon. So we're catching up, and I think everything is on there now. So if you want to listen on Spotify, you can do. They are all there. James Hollyoak said a point on Saturday would be a brilliant result for us. I think it would as well, for sure. Sheffield United Muppets trying to ruin our big night. We soon shut them up. We did. And what a team and manager we have, says Nicholas James. Salty Chris or Wilder. There you go, Claudio.
Brilliant. Now, we have to start with the pre-match. And also a big shout out to Stuart Court, because to organise what they did, and I gather it went to plan perfectly, and it was absolutely brilliant. I mean, I was worried it could be a car crash, what with the Remembrance, the bugle playing, the whole thing. He thought, surely we can't do it. And then somehow we managed to sing Live and Die again after the bugle player and the minute silence, which I thought was tremendous. But Stuart's been magnificent, of course. The fact that we gave him the copy of the Sky Blue song, the traditional tune, and he got that played every game now, which is fantastic. So I think plaudits to the guys behind the scenes to do an incredible job. And briefly, my thoughts on that, it was goosebump, wasn't it? It was absolutely magnificent. And I don't think I've ever experienced anything like that at a Coventry City match, ever. And the whole anticipation was just absolutely wonderful. I thought it was just tremendous, absolutely tremendous. Wayne, you unfortunately couldn't get there on Tuesday, but did you experience much of that on the television or not?
Yes, yes and no, really. But it was the atmosphere was really, really buzzing at the start of it, and then obviously the football started.
See, the trouble is, and that was disappointing of it, because I heard on people who were watching the telly saying they cut away and showed 2 adverts, and I wonder.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
and I'm sure had it been some other clubs that had stayed with it, like they always play "We'll Never Walk Alone" when they're Liverpool playing in Europe, don't they? They always do the Celtic one. Vicky, how did you feel watching it? Because we're on the same side of the pitch, actually.
Yeah, so I mean, because obviously I said to you when it first got announced, I wasn't overly bothered because I'm not a massive fan of the song or the so I suppose I went into it with less anticipation than some people, but actually it was immaculately organised, wasn't it? And I think that was the worry, wasn't it, about how the evening would go, whether it would all just fall a bit flat, whether it would ruin the minute silence for Remembrance Day, and obviously then that makes us look a bit uncouth, and so there was all those sorts of worries, and actually it all just came together perfectly. And now that they've got the new floodlights, so all that just looks smart as well, doesn't it? It just makes us look professional, and we've had a lot of years of looking very far from professional, so that's just special, isn't it?
Yeah, it was wonderful. Jack, you were sitting opposite me because I was in the VPs, of course, with Ken. We were with the big knobs again.
Prawns. Sorry.
It was beef casserole, actually. Roasted vegetables.
Beef stew looked like to me.
It was beef stew. There's a lot of it as well. And
to be fair, that's what I had when I joined you over there. So
that's true. Maybe it's just they just keep dishing out beef stew all the time. I've not seen a prawn sandwich ever. So you were virtually in amongst it, weren't you? You must have had a great view of the lads playing.
Yeah. Well, yes and no, really. They were literally right in front of me. I'm on an aisle. I'm lucky, so the aisle was clear. I had a great view of the stage. The problem is there was a big beam of light directly in my face, so I couldn't see anything. So I could, but I couldn't. The trumpet guy, when he came out, that like instantly shivers. That was right close to us, and really oddly, obviously they came out with the acoustic guitar and the bass, and you could hear all that. As soon as he started singing, we started singing louder. We couldn't hear the music. We were so loud in Singers Corner, I genuinely could not hear what they were doing and playing. I then realised that they were skipping the second verse and just sort of went into the outro bit where they repeat the chorus. But yeah, we were so loud. It was unbelievable. And like I think it was Andy after the game said it's been a long time coming and he'd love to do it again. Well, I'd love him to do it when we play Wrexham in our final home game of the season to confirm that we've won the league. That would be amazing. Cool. So Doug, get it sorted.
I thought where we are, Vicky, because the sound system's a lot better that side. You could actually hear them and the crowd as well. It was absolutely brilliant. And the other thing that happened to me, which I thought was amazing, was Doug King coming up to me and congratulating the channel on the Brian Richardson interview and saying how great it was. Like he's looking forward to part 2, which I couldn't believe. And he sort of beckoned me up like Julius Caesar. Come here, on a word of you. I thought, oh no, what's happened?
Well, that was well deserved, though, Claudio. You did a great job with that interview, you and Jim, and that was it's really well deserved.
Well, I think it's great for everybody because the effort that goes behind it. Miles, who's got guys behind the scenes doing those little shorts we're doing. There's so many people involved in this, and it's absolutely brilliant that it get noticed, and it's for all of us. So, and also everybody watching now, it's brilliant that you're all involved. So remember, like and subscribe, tell your fans, your friends, and everybody else, family, whatever. But yeah, come on board, basically. So I was really thrilled with that, and that topped a brilliant evening, basically. So let's go to the game then, Vicky.
Hang on. Sorry, just before we get to the game, can we get spot the ball going?
Oh, yes, spot the ball. Sorry, yes.
We're not used to this without Miles. Yeah, so everyone get your guesses in down in the comments. Vicky's going to mark you all down. I'll get a wheel spin going for the end of the night. So, yeah, get your guesses in. Obviously, Miles has picked a good photo there, being Bobby and Callum. Who loved it? Who loved it when Bobby gave him a good kick and didn't even get booked? That was the best part of the game for me, I think.
That was that's probably when he did put the tackle in, wasn't it?
Well, it wasn't a tackle; it was just a missed kick, wasn't it? He just missed the ball and stamped on his shin.
I mean, in fairness to Callum O'Hare, he was one of their only players who actually got involved most of the time.
Yeah, I agree. Right, get your guesses in the comments. Keep up, Vicky. Good luck to you.
Right then, we'll because obviously there'll be some guesses coming in. So I'll start with you, Jack. Then, so team selection, we expected players to come back in, and which they did. But did you expect that lineup?
I think I expected 10 out of 11. If Bobby was fit, that was going to be. So I think nine players picked themselves. I think the Bobby or Wolfenden was going to be based on how fit Bobby was. We all wanted Bobby to play. It ended up being that way. So that was an ideal. I was a little bit surprised Josh started in the number 10 with Asante out wide and Efron left on the bench. However, seemingly it worked with the change at halftime. We'll come on to that. But like I say, I'm not surprised at 10 out of those 11 starting players. Clearly, Frank took a gamble of playing Josh in the 10, whether it's a case of fitness or he's been out the side, so he's not quite got the chemistry with the team again, or whether he just had an off night. It wasn't bad. It just didn't work as well as Frank or any of us would have hoped for. So in that way, I'm not surprised, but yeah, there was the one bit, wasn't there?
Yeah, Wayne, when we look at the lineup, and he had to pick that defence, didn't he? I mean, because they've been fairly solid all season, although we do look like we are going to concede goals, but we haven't conceded that many. How many conceded so far, Jack, this season?
Oh, checking.
I think it's 13, isn't it?
13,
which isn't bad, is it?
Yeah.
So
we're kicking for more.
So, Wayne, was that the sort of the defence you were thinking we're going to be playing?
Yeah, like last week with Wrexham, it was a total mismatch, weren't it? To be honest with you, weren't it? And we had back with De Silva and Bobby Thomas. It made a world of difference for me. You know what I mean? Look, it was that's our lineup in it, then forward at the back.
Yeah, I thought with Bobby Thomas, after about a couple of minutes, he had a challenge. Did you see it, Wayne? Where he went down, he stayed down, he got up, and I thought, oh, don't tell me his car's gone already.
Yeah, he looked a bit, he's going to get back up or not, and he got up. So yeah, fair play to
him. So looking at our midfield, Vicky, as Jack touched on it with Josh Eccles playing and Grimes and Torp, Did it surprise you to see Josh in the team?
I suppose yes and no.
I'm sorry, and of course leaving EMC out.
But yeah, although I thought EMC, I don't know, just been a little bit not at its full potential in the last few games, and so I wasn't entirely surprised because I thought maybe that was what that was about. And sometimes actually that does him. He seems to be the sort of player that benefits from that sometimes, where he gets left out and it almost reignites him. And so I didn't know. So I wasn't specifically expecting that, but it wasn't a massive surprise. And I think I said the other day that I'd prefer Josh to Alan if they were picking out of those, and so that was better for me. So yeah, and it was nice to see talk back, wasn't it? And because that makes a difference from for Grimes, I think, who's got more options in front of him than hasn't he? That worked better because we've seen in recent games where the opposition are just doubling up on Grimes and making it really difficult for him to impose himself on the game. But obviously that's easy for them if they've got less other midfielders to think about. So when you've got players like Torp that can be a danger, it helps all of the players, I think, to have their best games, really.
I think the problem, Vicky, though, is that we obviously went 4-3-3 thinking they're going to play three at the back. And they didn't. They turned up with a 4-4-2, which I thought in the first half, the first 25 minutes, they had four forwards at one stage. They pinned us right back. And if you noticed, in a lot of the games, when we play against one up front, like Colby Bishop at Portsmouth, we had three defenders. I mean, he wasn't going to do much with two defenders, to be honest. We had three at the back, and we thought that was the right thing to do. But as soon as we play against a team who have two up, or three up, that's where they cause problems because we are pushing so high up. And I thought Sheffield gave us a real game in the first half, and I wasn't surprised when we conceded. Jack, were you?
No, not at all. They'd been threatening from set pieces, hadn't they, from their long throws and their corners. It was every time it hit the front man, it was flicked into the danger area. I think they had I think the very first set piece they had could have been a goal. There was no one at the back post that picked up the loose ball. And then eventually when the goal came, it was not a surprise at all that they were threatening from set pieces, and they were doing it all night. Every time you got a set piece, I was worried that there's going to be a ball into the danger area. Can we deal with it or not is another question. We ended up dealing with obviously all of them in the end after the goal. But it did worry me, especially only having that one goal cushion in the end. I know it became two in the last minute, but just being one goal better off for the whole game, it did worry me that they could have snatched it back at any point. The
interesting thing was, I thought that wasn't much of a celebration. I didn't realise Sam McCallum had scored. He's still a good player, isn't he? He still looks good. His throw-in's a lot better than Milan's as well, isn't it? It's a more powerful throw-in.
He's been doing it for 7 years, hasn't he? 6 years.
Yeah, it's I wasn't surprised it took the lead. I just thought because of all what happened before the start, and all the rest of it, I just thought typical, Wayne, watching it because you watched it on the telly. What was that? What was the view from the box? What were they saying at that stage?
They were saying we were not really asleep. I think they've got a bit of a hungover from the Wrexham game. It seemed really, we were just a bit too overcautious, at that first half. And we weren't sort of taking advantage of everything we're getting.
Yeah, I think you're right, because Vicky, it was slow, wasn't it, that first half? We just weren't. It probably was a bit of a hangover because we weren't. And was it the fact that Asante was out wide? We can talk about the forwards. I mean, he just didn't look the same, did he, out there when he plays down the middle? I think it didn't look right.
No, I think that the point you made about what we were probably expecting to be the Sheffield United lineup and how we were lining up had an impact, didn't it? Because what he's probably thinking that Asante and Josh are going to be facing wasn't exactly the same, and so it didn't. I mean, it's one of those weird things actually, because it didn't really work in the first half, and it felt a bit slow. But when you look back, we actually had some decent chances. We could have easily gone in at least 1-1, if not 2-1. There were some decent chances. So even though we weren't at our best and there was definite things to improve, we still created decent chances. It's and I think that's the thing that's serving us so well this season, isn't it? That no matter how we play, we've still got this ability to create like threat at that end of the pitch, and that's a massive plus, really, isn't it?
Well, we'll come on to the forwards in a minute because he definitely should have got 2 goals in that first half. Jack, do you want to read some? We'll do spot the ball. Get that back up again for those who haven't had a go.
Yeah, here you go. Nice big Bobby back in the side, giving Callum what was for. Get your comments in. You can win. I assume it's a mug, as always.
Assume so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we just got the brief from Miles. So
It was... There's going to be 2 tickets for the playoff final, but we don't need it, do we, this year?
Not this year.
No.
Not this year. Nicholas James, what a team and manager we have. So proud and love this amazing club. Salty Chris, they call well. I think I read that one out. I've watched the highlights 3 times today with a big smile. Yeah, fair enough. Great time to be a Sky Blue fan, says Ralph Wiggins. We can win at Stoke on Saturday with the right team selection. I think anyone's there for the beating this season, and we've shown that. The game will either be like the Leicester game or some crazy score. I actually do agree with that. I think it either could be a 0-0 or a 4-3. Nowhere in between. I'm still not used to seeing a winning side, says Mark Rainbow. Even more phases at being top of the league. Steve Curry, all the players getting behind the ball and were putting bodies in the way when Sheffield United were pressing for an equaliser, which I love. We were very determined to win this game once we were in front. Absolutely. Dan says, I'm in the home end Saturday. It was the only way to get a ticket. Well, good luck to you, Dan. Don't celebrate too much when we go 4-0 up. Robert Mason says, we've got to get Hamer back in January. He can cover every position of Grimes, Torp and Rudoni. He's nearly 29, so it's not going to be a big fee. He might have to stay on the same wage. Well, that's interesting. Gavs de Legrand said, I watched the game from one of the corporate boxes. He's going all Claudio. Man, it's a different world up there. Really enjoyed it. We've got 2 new members. Mark Reed has become a member and PUSB has become a member. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah,
really appreciate it. Wayne Ghost, you watch Man City bring out the Gallaghers now. Yeah, they'll try and one-up us. Everyone might after that. After that was live on Sky, you might get some other clubs trying to one-up that. Just Our Reality says they might have to cut away from Will Live and Die due to copyright reasons. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Then again, I was there, so I didn't have to.
It's interesting. If Sheffield United did it, they could do Human League, Don't You Want Me Baby? And we can sing Jamie Allen Baby at the same time, couldn't we? That'd be quite funny.
Well, it's a bit like Man United at Wembley, wasn't it, when we were singing their song louder than they were?
Yeah, the only thing was when I watched it back, they were going, listen to the Man United fans, how loud they're singing. I'm thinking, no, that's the whole of Wembley singing.
Yeah.
Well, it was more us than them because they all naffed off, didn't they?
Yeah.
The lighting looked brilliant. It was surely unprecedented having a band of your anthem playing pitch side before kickoff. Fair play to Doug yet again. How on earth do we top that when we get to Wembley? Well, the simple answer is we won't be at Wembley, will we? So that's an easy answer. Nicholas James back with his paragraphs. Brilliant, super special evening. It was an incredibly emotional night. Definitely goosebumps. The atmosphere was absolutely raucous and it went perfectly well. So proud of one of the best games I've been to by the end. Yeah, maybe not at half time. Saturday's going to be a difficult game. Boring 0-0 is fine. I think I would take a draw right now. I would. Thought Bobby was great on Tuesday. He's had some stick this season, but that was a proper performance. But shows despite our signings, the bench just haven't shown enough to take a starting spot. Yeah, Wrexham showed, didn't it? That back line. Impressed that Frank sub early and it worked. Yeah, well, he said obviously after the game, the Wrexham game, that he could foresee problems at Wrexham, did nothing about it, and the problems came. I know he was kind of, his hand was forced being 1-0 down, I suppose, the other night, but he did the right thing, didn't he? I think we could all sense it. He did the right thing and it worked. So we need to win if we're going to be serious about winning the league. Beating Stoke will send a serious message. I think as long as we avoid defeat, that's a serious message. But yeah, we'll see what happens. There's been a few left to supposedly improve their careers, only to find themselves consequently at a lower level or disappear completely. may have been briefly better off financially. I think the money talks more than anything. But nowadays, where we are, players aren't going to leave like they were in League One and League Two. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's how you judge success in your career, I suppose. If you, for some of these lads, they're just trying to earn as much as they can in such a short space of time. So,
Michael Cronin says Stoke have a few speed merchants. I think De Silva could get a roasting. My missus and her family are Stokies. I think I will have to get my tin hat Saturday. Good luck, Gabster. Ralph says, what a match you were all watching. Well said, Vicky. We had 3 great shots, well saved by their excellent goalkeeper. And then that excellent goalkeeper was subbed off for his injury. The rest is history. Claudio, can you ask Jim if he can discover what's the longest period of time Cov have been top of any league? League One must have been a good amount of time.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, good question. I'll have a word with Jim. Just give him more work to do.
Michael Moore says, I'll take a draw after both teams have scored 13 goals. Last 2 games, I'm predicting 0-0.
This is where, sorry, Jack. This is where I love how Sky preempt what are going to be big games. Because all of a sudden, this is a classic game, isn't it now? Top 2, both teams free scoring. I don't know what the live game is on Saturday, but obviously it's not us, is it? So, but that's the risk you take, isn't it, I suppose?
Beercan says USA called up for Hadji equals a goal versus Stoke. Let's hope so. That'd be good. Stoke will be a tough game, but it is winnable. They're all winnable. They're all winnable. We've just got to keep it up. There you go. We're caught up for now, Claudio.
We've actually got a good record at Stoke in recent seasons. So I know we lost there last year, but up until then, we've done all right there, actually. Some smash and grab performances, actually. So I'm not, we'll talk about that later, but I'm not that worried at the minute. So before we go on to the second half, one last thing about the first half. We have got 2 very capable strikers in Asante and Haji Wright, who have currently scored how many goals, Jack, between them this season? 18
in the league, 19 in all competitions.
Penalty at Millwall. Yeah, which is absolutely tremendous. Most clubs would love that after only 13, 14 matches to have, one. That's one of them in double figures, isn't it? Is that right?
Sante's on 10, yeah.
Yeah, already, which is tremendous. So why is it a lot of our fan base still haven't really warmed to possibly either of them or one of them at least? Yeah, I find it's. What about you, Wayne? How do you feel about Wright and Asante?
I think Wright's got this perception, isn't he? Or us fans, we see him as a bit lazy, don't we? He's either going to turn up or he isn't going to turn up, or turn up a game, get a hat-trick, or he's going to have 3 games, he ain't going to do anything. And I think with Asante, he's just got such raw talent. And I think he had an injury last season because he's a totally different player this season. He's all over the park and he's getting in right positions and scoring. And I don't know what they're doing or what Frank's done or the coaching team, but it's still doing a world of good.
But I think playing him, Wayne, is one thing.
Yeah.
But I do think, like Haji Wright, the last 4 games hasn't been particularly great. And Ellis Sims must be thinking, what do I have to do in training to actually start a game? Because had he not started on Tuesday, there wouldn't have been that many people surprised, I don't think. What do you think? That's to you, Wayne.
I think you're right there. I mean, I know it's Vicky's favourite, but he's had a couple of good games when he's come, hasn't he? And he scored a goal about 2 games ago, was it? Vicky or something like that, was it? Scored a goal against it was the week. But he's looked really fresh, hasn't he? And he's been attacking, holding the ball up, and it's a bit of with Haji's form, why wasn't he giving Alice a chance?
Yeah, Vicky, did you half expect to see Ellis Sims starting on Tuesday?
Not at home so much. I still think that Wright's the. I I think he got it wrong on Friday. I think Tim should have played on Friday, and I was surprised not to see him on the Friday. I was less surprised at home. I think he's always going to be the first choice at home. And I think generally that probably suits his. I think that suits his game more. I wonder whether part of the reason why people don't warm to him is his away performances. I think that we see much more at home than we do away. But the trouble is, obviously, there's a lot of away games where he just hasn't turned up at all, and that's become a bit of a repeat back now. And I guess that winds people up, and it just tempers the way people feel about him. Because his stats and everything, like his goal contributions, all things like that. Like you said, he's scoring goals, and lots of other teams would want a player that's scoring that many goals, but he doesn't really get the same love from a lot of fans. And I think it's partly because that too often he disappears in games. I don't know, just speculating.
Well, he must be doing something right, because Josh Sargent's having a mare this season, can't get near the USA squad at the minute. That's the second squad in a row he's been left out of, and Haji Wright's in there. And, if you go on his goals, he's a striker. He scores goals. That's what he's there for. But I think
prefer Wright over Sargent anyway. I think I always feel like with Sargent, people rate him off his highlights, and every striker who scores like a decent amount of goals. So if other teams who looked at Wright would only see his goals maybe, and not the bits that we see that are a bit frustrating, and would think he's great. And I think that's what a lot of fans think about Sargent. But if you talk to Norwich fans, a lot of them moan about him disappearing out of games, about his injuries, all sorts of things. So I think I suspect that every club's fans look at their strikers different to how other clubs look at their strikers, because you're only seeing the best bits of them in the highlight reels, aren't you, if you're not watching them week in, week out. So I personally would have always kept Wright over Sargent. I know there was a big call for us getting Sargent in the summer, but for me, I was always happier that we kept Wright. But yeah.
Well, you're right, because you look at other podcasts of other teams, they always mention Haji Wright as he always looks scary when he's on the ball. Interesting. Jack, with Asante then, do you reckon the other night just playing, I know he can play in 3 or 4 positions, but that's probably the weakest of those 3 and 4 positions, I think. And I don't think it did him a favour, did it?
Yeah, I do agree. I'm going to be controversial later on, and you'll see why when we talk about the Stoke game. But I do agree of when he started on the right wing against Derby specifically, I can remember it worked. I remember him having a really good game there. Obviously, when he's played, I don't think he's played as a number 9 this season, actually. So we can't count that. I'm just checking my... he started the first game of the season, Hull, as a number 9. And then the rest of it's either been on the right, on the left, or in the 10. And I think I agree of the 3. Let's disregard the number 9 for a second. Of the 3 playing either on the right, left, or in the 10, I think the left is his weaker position. I think he's not the best at crossing anyway. So when he has to drift in from the left to use his right foot, he's only ever going to cut inside. Whereas when he's on the right, he can at least drop the shoulder down the line and whip something across with his stronger foot, and anything's possible. So I think on that basis, the left is his weakest position.
I agree with that.
Which takes us nicely onto the second half. And I went back for a bit more cheese and biscuits, of course. And came back out, made sure I came out quicker, because I think it was the QPR game where, wasn't it Jack who just got up the stairs as we scored a goal? I thought, that ain't happening again. Although Dave Boddy got caught out because he missed our equaliser. Although he claims he saw it on the telly. I didn't believe him. Anyway, we sat there and we thought, he's made a substitution. We should have done that at Wrexham, start the second half. And I wasn't sure who had taken off, actually. So did they say anything on the TV about it, Wayne?
Yeah, what it was, you see, it was getting a lot of medical attention just before the end of the first half. And obviously, we all thought it was like failing it because of they were 1-0 in front. But obviously, they said it must have been something serious because they changed the goalie, in the second half.
Well, they did. We all thought it was doing the old tactical switch. But did they mention the Eccles change? Any reason for it? Or Were they surprised
No.
that we changed him?
No, we just sort of we said like the change for Mason Clark coming on.
And what did you think to that at the time?
It was the right decision because, I mean, Eccles is a great lad, and he did have a chance in the first half to score, didn't he?
He did.
But yeah, and it was a good save with that keeper. You know, I think we needed to attack more down that side of the pitch, and I think when they come on, you could see what he was doing. They're all sort of backing off, weren't they? Really running at them. So yeah, I think it was the right decision.
It reminded me of that Millwall Cup match where he brought on the big guns. And I know it was only one player, but it's almost like the team went, right, we can start playing now because we look like more balanced. And EMC, Vicky, straight away was a threat, wasn't he?
Yeah. And like I said at the beginning, I think that he seems to be one of those players that sometimes thrives in that situation where he's almost like, right, I'm back on now. Here's me. And I'm going to like make a real contribution, and he did, didn't he? He was a thorn down their side. It gave them something else to think about. So that was great.
I just think you need that, and of course, Tanganga? He's a centre half who is not going to want somebody running at him like that.
No.
You know, I thought it was tremendous when he came on. He made a massive difference, didn't he, Jack? And of course, it didn't take long before we got the equaliser, did we? Would you like to talk us through the equaliser?
Well, I think, like you say, with Efron coming on right in front of the Singers' corner where I am, he got the ball and ran at the man, and it felt like it was the first time all game that we got the ball and just went, right, we're going to go at you. Because there was nice football in the first half. I'm not saying there wasn't. We played nicely and we created the few chances we did. But for someone to just come on the pitch and go, right, I'm having the ball and I'm going to drive this team forward was just exactly the firepower we needed. The equaliser, I think, came from the fourth consecutive long throw.
That's right, yeah.
From Efron, from Milan, sorry, not Efron, from Milan. And all four of them seemed to, you know, we might not have looked like we got on the end of it, or it might not look like, oh, we could have scored there, but they all four caused problems for Sheffield United. And every time we got another one, it's like, okay, keep the pressure. It's like, you know, some teams get corner after corner after corner and the pressure's on. And that's what it felt like. And it was brilliant. And having been done with a long throw in the first half, it was nice to be back with a long throw in. And
it released Grimes as well. Grimes was getting up as well. And he had one that just missed it on that half as well.
I suppose the good thing was the tactical change by doing that completely flummoxed them, didn't it? Straight at the start of the second half, and they didn't adjust to it at all. And it's great to see Miles in the background now because, of course, I know Miles would love to come on here now and talk about Sakamoto because, what a season he's having! What a season! He's doing a Rodoni at the minute, I think, in terms of lighting the place up. I just love wingers. I love wing play, tenacity, doesn't give up, gives his all. You know, the man of the match in the lounges afterwards was hilarious. It was brilliant when he came on. Couldn't understand the word Harry Roberts was saying. It was just brilliant for those who see the video. You know, I just think, and he took it beautifully, didn't he, Vicky? Absolutely beautifully.
Yeah, well, just perfectly in that situation, isn't it? Because you blast it and you want to fire it over the bar or you ricochet off somebody, but just slide it. Yeah, perfect.
Beautiful. Should we bring Miles in? Because I want to ask him something.
Well, just before you ask him something, we'll bring him in. Sakamoto actually got 4 goals last year, 6 assists. He's already on 4 goals this season with only 2 assists, but you know, the fact that he's already achieving last season's numbers and we're a third of the way in is just unbelievable. Here you go, Miles. That's your segue to give some love.
So I've got 2 questions for you, Miles, because you're not normally on this side of it, are you?
No.
First one, I know you've probably still got goosebumps when you think about the pre-show and all that, because you're right on top of it. You got 5 minutes. Tell us your views on that. And Sakamoto, simple as that, really.
Yeah, it was good. It was very well organised. I thought there was a lot of moaning going on beforehand which I'm getting sick to death of. We're top of the league and Cov fans are just moaning left, right and centre. What are you doing? Just enjoy this ride. If Doug King wants to bring a band on, I know it was Remembrance game, but the way they did it, it was great. I was worried because it was raining and I thought, are they going to carry on? Are they going to do it or not? But the way they did the stage in front of Singer's Corner. Now, I know people are going to say, why was it in Singer's Corner? Well, if you look to the left of Singer's Corner, there's a big gap, which is where all the tradesmen's items come in, like cranes and things like that. So it was easy to get the stage out the way before the game kicked off, because they couldn't leave the stage there for health and safety reasons. Obviously, if you're sliding in off the pitch, you're going to hit it. So that's why it was there in the first place. I thought it was very well organised. It was a shame it was a bit damp because the fireworks weren't as good as I thought they were going to be, and they would have been better if it wasn't damp. But it just gave you goosebumps all over your body. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I got a ticket for Mark, who flew over from Texas, and he sat next to me. He had Mark White's ticket, bless him, and he went, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm here for this." And it was just great. The way it started, the way it all gelled in, and the fans started singing when the trumpet started playing. Sheffield United fans tried to make a bit of noise, but get back in your box, lads. You ain't out singing us, you know what I mean? You ain't no chance. So it was just great, absolutely brilliant. And they loved it as well, didn't they? They absolutely loved it at the Enemy. And it's probably the biggest crowd they're going to sing in front of as well, 30,000 Cov fans nearly. So, yeah, absolutely superb. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
You've come in at the right time, because we don't want to talk about the first half anymore. Start the second half then. Your man, Sakamoto, is a dream, isn't he?
What can I say? 2 assists, 3 goals in 3 games. Bang on, man. Bang on. The guy, for me, he well deserved man of the match. I know people are saying Bobby Thomas, he got man of the match with Sky and stuff like that, but come on, have a word with yourselves. Sakamoto in that second half, even in the first half, really, he was at Sam McCallum all the time. Even O'Hare took him out at one point because even O'Hare couldn't cope with Sakamoto, and O'Hare's a handful. We all know that. But they couldn't touch him, could they? They couldn't touch him. And the way he's playing at the moment is just what we need. I just heard what Jack said. We haven't even got Radoni in the team, and he's becoming the Radoni that, we're missing at the moment. And he is just, oh man, he's just brilliant, isn't he? He's the way he arrived at that shot. I mean, everyone just fell asleep. No one even went for it. He just went. I mean, really, it should have been a penalty, I thought, because Bobby Thomas got took down by 2 of their players. They've took him out. And Bobby's even looking back to see who's going to latch onto it. If you watch it back, he's looking backwards and you can see him waiting for someone to latch onto it. And Sakamoto, bang, straight onto it. And the beauty of it, he didn't put his laces through it. He side-footed it because he knew if he put his laces through it, it might go over the bar. Because you've got to hit it dead on, ain't you? When you hit it with the laces, you've got to hit it sweet. And he side-footed it into the bottom corner. And he's just great. He's just brilliant. What more can I say? In the words of our old manager, brilliant, 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 brilliant.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'll come to you, Wayne. When we scored that, I think the whole crowd. I mean, I know you're watching it on the box, but it felt like we've got this now. We can win this now. And is that how you felt?
Yeah. It definitely was like you could see the whole atmosphere. You could feel it. You just watching, you could see it. It was just building, and it just went bang. Brilliant.
That was super. Vicky, of course, we then go 2-1 up with some Brad Collins school of goalkeeping for Sheffield United. It was you know what? The way it went in, I was convinced he was going to get blown up for a foul. All 3 goals I thought were going to get disallowed on Wednesday, because I thought, is he going to blow up for Bobby Thomas for the first one? Will he blow up there? Because it looked like the keeper's been fouled, but he went into his own play, didn't he? It was rubbish, wasn't it, really? But Bobby Thomas, he gets up there, doesn't he? He's dangerous.
It was funny actually because I just was commenting that Bobby was having a good game, and then we went for that, and I was like, "Oh, come on, Bobby! It's about time we got a goal again." And then literally, like 2 seconds later, he's scoring. So that was great.
There's so many games.
Sorry,
Vicky. Say again. Sorry.
So I was going to say, I'm obviously taking after you now, Claudia, where you say something and it happens. So yeah, I've got your power.
Well, I just thought, yet again, that's another goal, Jack, where we score and there's this massive relief around the stadium. You can feel it, and the cheering's getting louder. It's insane for me, who's old enough to remember. Well, even Miles and Vicky, to be honest, and Wayne as well. Some of the doldrums we've witnessed, where you can't even muster a cheer. It's like that, isn't it? It's just fierce at the minute. And of course, there's only going to be one winner, wasn't there? Once we got that, well, surely.
Yeah, like I said earlier, whenever they had their set pieces towards the back end, it was nerve-wracking. It did make us nervous. But if that had happened, I'd have said they've snatched a point. They haven't deserved a point. It did feel like you say, once we'd got that second goal, that is ours to lose. And even then, I know you say it was really deafening, the noise, and it was about 5 seconds after the ball had gone in, because when it went in, everyone sort of went, "Yeah, oh, it's not been disallowed." It was 2 cheers. It really was where I was sat. So I think we've become accustomed to, if the goalie comes out, it's a foul on the goalkeeper. And last season, that might have been disallowed, or the season before that had been scored against us. It looked really flimsy, but we take those. We take any goal that comes our way.
The thing is, Claudio, that second half performance when we came out the blocks, I sat there, Neil Thomas next to me, I had Mark from Texas, I had Richard, I had all my friends around me, and I've turned around to him and I've said, we can't come out any worse than we did in the first half. That second half performance, I thought was going to be the first half performance. That's what I was expecting after last Friday. I thought, right, we're going to come out all guns blazing. We're going to go at them. You're going to get 2 early goals, and we're going to shut them up. But it didn't. It went against the run of play. I think the way we come out second half shows what we've got in this team. We know it's that starting 11. We've if you put Radoni in as well, is our strongest starting 11 or strongest 12. And what we had at Wrexham was the reserve team, really, that we started against Millwall in the Cup. And that's the depth that we haven't got. And that reaction in that second half, it was like they've gone in there after half-time. They've gone in there and they've all... I reckon Frank didn't have to say much. I think they just sat round each other and they've gone, come on, lads, what we're doing here. We've got to go out there. We know we're good enough. And putting EMC on, like I heard Jack say, that as soon as he got the ball and he ran at them, they absolutely pooed themselves. They were panicking. Every time EMC got on that ball, he was so threatening all the time, because we didn't use the wings enough in the first half. I thought I didn't think we pushed up far enough. I didn't think that we had much threat, because there was nothing pushing Sheffield United back. They came to try and it's gone.
Who is?
Oh, it's back. Oh, my computer just went off. Sorry.
You're still here.
I'm still here, but it's gone black. I don't know why it's gone blank.
I can hear you.
Yeah, that's okay then. But second half, because we got it out wide and we were pushing Sheffield United back, that's when we started causing them trouble. And look, it come off Bobby's shoulder. And I said to you, Claudia, on the way home, you watch all these other podcasts and be going, oh yeah, the game changer was when they had to change the goalkeeper. First thing Benjamin Bloom says on his podcast, yeah, well, Coventry won, but I think it all came about because Sheffield changed their goalkeeper. You're like, shut up, have a word, will you? At the end of the day, he's your reserve goalkeeper. He should be good enough to step into the team. You know what I mean? And anyone can say that. But that second goal, it all come about because of the way we were pushing Sheffield United back. And that's how we've been playing. And do you know what? We're still unbeaten at home. We're still the only team unbeaten in England. So
Well, the thing is, well, the first half, Milan and Jade Silva hardly got forward because of the way they were playing, and that's the issue. I
Yeah.
think it totally changed when EMC came on. The threat down there, trying to think, our left-hand side had gone because they had to defend. So it does make a massive, massive difference as well. Is he? Oh, it's disconnected now. Miles has gone away. He might come back in a bit.
That was weird. He was talking, but his face was still. That was really odd.
And the truth is, you don't know when he's finished. You can't tell when he stopped talking. Chat, do you want to read some comments?
Yep. Dawn, friend of the show. Always been a Bobby fan, but even more so now. I'll be happy with the draw on Saturday. I have a feeling I'll have bitten all my nails off by the end. We'll just get the plastic ones. You can't bite them off. I hope I'm wrong, but I can see Stoke scoring quite a few on Saturday and beating the Sky Blues. Ooh, I don't like this negativity in the comments here. I would play BTA up front and drop Hadji, usual back lines, usual midfield, and EMC and Tats on the wing. Paul Stratton says, think our problem with Hadji, as good as a player he is, for whatever reason, he looks lazy. And to be fair, this has always been the case. Rich T, it's just Hadji's demeanour, isn't it? The fact he goes missing in some games, then on the odd game he is unplayable. That run as well. We'll get on to the third goal before the Stoke fan comes, I'm sure. I don't think Hadji's recovered from the last international call-up. Don't say that. Miles is back. He swore last time we mentioned that, so let's move on. Sorry, Dawn. Gusto Audio says, just me, or did Sheffield United reserve keeper give you Brad Collins vibes? Yeah. Well, I know Claudio said it, but just to confirm, this comment did come in before Claudio said that. So, Onyx Frank BTA plays his best behind Hadji drifting. There you go. Ice Chips agrees, best in the number 10. Could Sakamoto play on the left, BTA on the right, on the Hadji right, as they would both cover defensively when required? That's an idea.
No, can I just comment on that? I don't think that would work because I said it this Thursday before the Wrexham game. EMC, Milan Van Ivak and Sakamoto have got such a great communication and great understanding of each other. I don't think you can move Sakamoto to the left. And the thing with Sakamoto is he's got a great left foot. So when he's on the right hand side and he goes to take a defender and then he sends in the wrong way and then he sends in the wrong way again, that's because he's on his left foot. But he can move the ball so quick as well to his right foot, which sends the defender the wrong way. I think if you bung him out onto the left-hand side, you're going to lose that balance. And it's all about the balance. And that's what, we've been struggling for 3 or 4 seasons with the balance on the left. We know that. We've been saying it for ages on this show. The balance on the left is nowhere near as good as it is on the right. And that's because of the understanding Milan and Sakamoto have. So it's a great comment, but I don't think that would work. I really don't.
What more comments, Jack?
Yeah. Richard Hanna says, I think fans will end up looking back fondly on Hadji when he leaves. Fans had frustrations with Vic too at times. EMC reminds me of Jeremy Doku. Yeah, just driving at players. I can see that. Tats has definitely got more power this season, more robust. Mandeep says, notice Bobby Thomas holding Tanganga down when Sakamoto runs in to shoot. Very intelligent footballer, Bobby, and street smart. And can I just say about that goal, the BBC have actually credited Bobby Thomas with the assist, which means that neither Sheffield United player touched the ball. So Bobby won the header whilst being held by 2 players and then held them down while he was on his arse.
Wow.
That's unbelievable. That's the difference. Not to discredit Luke Wolfenden, but that's the sort of differences we're talking about at the moment between those two. That's the one I've just read. Matty Clark saying, is Claudio going to Stoke? Just wondering whether to bother watching the game on Paramount Plus. Well, Claudio, can you once and for all confirm whether you're going to Stoke?
Can I just...
Where you got that from?
I was going to say, that was brilliant. I was going to say this. The Leamington Right supporters group, have a word for yourselves. Every time there's an away game, they put the shout out saying who wants the ticket, who's going, who wants a coach travel. And I always go, and they're straight away they're going, like, is it Preston, Middlesbrough, Ipswich, all these games coming up, Stoke, and they're all going, Claudio can't come. So they just won't let me go. And banning orders in place at the minute. They just put out who's going to go, who wants to go to Ipswich, and I put, oh, I might be able to make that. And someone's put, no, you're not.
Well, to say that, do you know what? I've had an email today from the club.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I've had an email from Doug King today.
Oh,
He said, whatever you do from now on, Claudio does not go to any away games. Simple as. And he signed it off to say you're not allowed to go.
I'll be watching
Brilliant.
it at home.
Excellent. Excellent. That's what we all like to hear. There you go, everyone. You can get your bets on for a win because Claudio's not going.
Well, I went last year to Stoke and we lost, didn't we? So there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not having it.
All right, chap, says Luke. Just checking if Claudio's going. Well, there's another one checking. See, prepare myself for disappointment. Well, you don't have to, Luke. Don't you worry. Jamie Allen silencing the naysayers again. He is limited, yes, but as long as he's next to Grimes with either Torp or Rodoni in front, he's quality. Brilliant from him to win that ball back, make the run, and the pass to Hadji was timed to perfection.
Well,
I think the thing with Alan is you can't. He's at the age now he can't play 2 games on the bounce, man. So I don't. Yeah,
but we've said, haven't we? He's a guy that they're all right if it's a change and you got the whole team there. But when Wrexham there's 2, 3, 4, 5 players out, it's not going to work. And and he came on and did exactly what he had to do.
Wasn't that?
And he won that ball, didn't he, Vic? It was brilliant. Won the ball somehow. Had you right? Although I thought it was about a yard offside, wasn't offside apparently. As Miles explained to me when he said he curved his run, but also the linesman was about 3 yards up the pitch out the way. But anyway, it wasn't it, Vicky? Won it brilliantly.
He was curving his run as well.
But he came on for that last 5 minutes and did a job, didn't he?
He wasn't offside. He weren't offside. When you watch it, Hadji weren't offside.
But
Come on, Vicky.
no. But also, you're right about Alan. That I've got an issue with him coming on to do that type of role. I think, like Miles has said, coming on, being the regular starter game after game isn't him anymore. But coming on to see a game out, he can do that, and we saw that, and that's where he can add to the squad depth, isn't it? But the problem is when he's playing, and there's a lot of other changes as well, and we saw that on Wrexham. And I mean, that's the thing, though, isn't it? We've lost 2 games this season, and both were because we had to make, or I suppose we didn't have to against Millwall, but we did make lots of changes, and it just shows that our sort of first choice 11 with maybe 1 or 2 changes is a competitive team for anybody. The minute we start making 4 or 5 changes, we've got problems, and so all we need is a bit of luck with injuries, and we'll be fine. Title, here we come.
Wayne, you were watching that. Were you comfortable the last 10 minutes watching it on the box?
They were given a go, weren't they? Sheffield United, the last 10 minutes, they were getting up and popping balls everywhere, weren't they? And a fair play to us, we were defending for our lives, weren't we? For them 10 minutes. And like you said, and Alan, I think he's a player, you can rely on him at times, and it's certain situations you can put him on and he'll do a job for you. And that was what Frank did, I think, and then it worked. So, yeah.
Brilliant. Right. I think we got Carl in the background from Stoke, I believe. Shall we bring him in?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Evening, Carl.
Evening, how are you all?
I'm good. Thanks for coming on to the show tonight.
No
shall we bask in the glory of us 2 being at the top of the table and just enjoying it for a couple of seconds?
Absolutely, yeah. I think as a Stoke fan, we expect to finish higher than what we have done, mid-table, I'd have said. So to be where we are now, it's dreamland. So I'll enjoy it while it lasts.
it's pretty much the anniversary of the sacking of Mark Robins for us, and our fortunes at the time didn't look very good last season. And I know when he went to you guys, you weren't in a particularly good place either, were you? And I think there was a part of your fan base weren't quite sure, were they, about Mark Robins when he first came in? Would that be right?
There's a lot of our fan base who are not sure about anything, to be honest with you. We have the biggest set of moaning fans going in the championship without a shadow of a doubt. I do another podcast now. I was questioned on there probably 2 seasons ago because we were in such a state. We had manager after manager. We could not get anywhere with any manager. And someone said if you could pick one manager to have from any other club, who would it be? And I straight away said Mark Robins. So when we got him, it was a dream appointment for me. I know he was struggling a bit with yourselves, but as soon as we pointed him, I was over the moon.
The day that Doug King released him, I'll put it that way, the night before, we were dreadful. We played Derby, we lost them. And I think as a fan base, a lot of us heard his interview and he sounded so down. He didn't seem the same. The interviews had been like that from the start of the season. And I listened to the interview after Oxford just the other night. In fact, I listened to it this afternoon. And I thought, that's the Mark Robins that I remember from League One, where he was really on his uppers. You could tell he's buoyant again. And that was good to see, because us as a fan base, we absolutely love Mark Robins. I mean, the guy did so much to get us out from League Two and rebuilt the club, basically, him and Dave Boddy. And it's just brilliant. And it had to come to an end, unfortunately, because I think sometimes he lost the backroom staff, which didn't help. But of course, he's come to you guys, and he's got some decent backroom staff as well, hasn't he?
Yes, you froze.
Have you froze, Carl? I think he has. Can you hear me, Carl? I think he's froze.
Are you
We're
back?
doing a nap.
Are you with us, Carl? I think you're frozen.
Oh, I've got you back now. It had frozen.
Sorry. I said he lost the backroom staff at our club, which didn't help the start of last season. But it looks like he's got some decent coaching staff behind him at your place. I hope.
Gremlins in Stoke. Or something.
He's got Ryan Shawcross in, who's been at our club for a long time anyway.
I do you want to come back in again, Carl? Log out and come back in again. That might help. Oh, there you go. Have we got some comments there? Get some comments. Jack, do some comments while we see if we can get Carl back.
I'll do a few quick ones. Ian Small, let's not forget we had 6 decent chances in an okay first half. Exactly. Given our league form, do you think we'll have a go in the FA Cup this season or not risk the sort of tail off that happened the season before last? Well, that's something I'm sure we can discuss in and around the new year. Cov Coleman, I remember Huckabee going missing in games too. Well, I don't, but maybe some of the other panel members do. And Mark White says, can Rushworth be recalled?
Go
on, Vicky. Oh, is Vicky gone now?
So I was going to say, I think that's the thing with strikers, that no striker turns up and plays 100% every game. Like the expectation that they're going to be playing, like, I don't know, prima Haaland every second of every game is unrealistic, and so we've got to accept that peaks and troughs, weren't there? And I think the person who said about how much Vic's loved now that he's gone is because people that once they've gone, they only remember the good bits. You sort of forget about the frustrations, and that'll be the same probably with our strikers now. And it's the same with all the strikers, isn't it? We look back at all the strikers that we've had, and you remember the best bits and not like the frustrations. But while they're here, they get grief about the frustration. So,
All right, should we get Carl back in?
Try again.
Try again. I was asking you about your backroom staff because
Yeah.
Mark Robins lost Lawrence and Adi Vivac. Of course, he's doing well at Middlesbrough now. There's something going on, I think, in the water. So, who have you got in your backroom staff? Has that helped things as well? You wouldn't think we're talking to somebody in Stoke, would you? It's unbelievable. I just love the internet in this country. It's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, the backroom staff before I disappear again. Yeah, he's got some good appointments around him. He's got some. He's got Ryan Shawcross there with him working on the defence as well. He's appointed a few of his others, and it's working. It's working. Whatever they're doing behind the scenes, we haven't had this at Stoke for a good 8-9 years. It's since the Premier League. This is the best we've ever had it so far. I know we're only we're before December, but it's still, if the season went downhill from here, it's still better than what we've ever seen.
So what's changed
since
then?
we got relegated.
What has Mark Robins done to change things around?
What was that? Sorry, what's changed?
Yeah, what's Mark Robins done to change things?
There just feels a feel-good atmosphere. We've got a bit of an identity now. Obviously, most people know Stoke from back in the Premier League days. They were this big, tall, aggressive side. They played long ball. They threw balls into the box. And then we went to the Mark Hughes era where we were playing the tippy-tappy stuff, the fancy football. We just became a club with no identity. And he's installed a bit of identity. He's got players playing. He's got players playing for the club that actually want to play for the club rather than there for the money. And he's brought the fans and the players and the club all together, it seems.
Well, I'm glad Nzonzi scored, because if there's ever a player who might score against us, hasn't scored for 10 years, would be somebody like him. Is it 10 seasons since he scored a goal? Is that right?
Yeah. 10 years apart it was since he scored his last goal, which was against when we beat Liverpool 6-1, to that goal the other night against Oxford. I'm glad he deserved it, to be honest with you. Everybody was calling him a bit of a dinosaur, and he's past it and all this lot. And at 37 years old, I'm 36, so I'm glad people can now say he's not past it, because I still think I can just about play.
So, because obviously we're struggling with the internet here. So, briefly then, who do we need to look out for on Saturday, and who do you fear from the Coventry City lineup?
Thomas Asante straight away. He's got a bit of history with Stoke. He broke our centre-back's back when he played for West Brom. Our fans hold a grudge, so I'm sure he will get some stick. But all your front line, to be honest with you can't take that away from your side. You're on fire up front. In terms of us, our wingers are very good. We've got Million Manouf and we've got Sorba Thomas. They're having a great season. Both of them are. There was questions on Sorba Thomas when we signed him. People were saying, will he be good enough? And he's been a revelation.
Do you play with two holding midfielders? Is that the lineup as it is? How do you normally line up?
Yeah, we play. Yeah, we do play with the two holding midfielders. So we'll go with Ben Wilmot, no doubt, and we will have Creswell on the left, Shamadou on the right, no doubt. Mixes it up. So we'll have the two wingers. He'll have Sorba Thomas, and he'll have Million Manouf. He'll have Mubama up front, and then the midfield, he completely switches it round each game.
That's interesting. I'm just making notes of that. I'll just get that to Frank.
He'll have done his own work, no doubt, Frank.
Should we get Spot the Ball up for Carl? We do Spot the Ball, so he could win a Coventry City mug. Well, a Sky Blue Fans TV mug, actually. So give us a number.
I'll go for number 8.
Right, okay. Well, we'll let you know. If you're right, you'll find out. Brilliant. So what do you think then? I mean, because of course you are the form team, they keep saying, even though we've actually won 5 out of the last 6. So we can't work this out at the minute. I always feel we're funny, Cov fans, because we're top of the league and we're loving it, but we don't like it when we don't get told by the media we're top of the league, because they seem to be talking about everybody else at the minute now. The other informed teams, forgetting that we're top of the league. And I think 5 points better off than Leeds were this time last season. And believe me, we can't believe it. We just cannot believe it's happening. So, yeah, so we will be singing top of the league while we're there on, I was going to say Vicarage Road, Vicarage, Victoria Park. Then. How old am I?
Wow.
What's the stadium called now?
That's going back, isn't it?
I know.
They've called it Bet365, Bet365 Stadium now.
Yeah. So what do you think then? Outcome?
As a Stoke fan right now, it's going to be a game where the best defence meets the best attack, isn't it? So it's going to be a cagey game. Obviously, I know you'd love win, we'd love win, but right now, as a Stoke fan, I would take a point against you. I'd take a 1 each right now.
I think we need to have a word with the management of both teams and both sets of board of directors, or the board of one at our club, and say, can we have a draw? Because I think we'll take a draw. I'm going to predict more goals, because although we don't concede too many from our from open play, although we let 3 in against Wrexham, it's only happened on 5 occasions this season. So I reckon it's going to be a draw, probably 2-2 actually. Wayne, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm thinking similar to you. It's either going to be like a 4-3 game or a 0-0. Yeah, to be honest with you. So I'm there for 0-0.
Jack?
Yeah, I've just put 0-0 in for me as well. I would be happy with a point. Not sure I'm going to enjoy the game at 0-0, depending upon what sort of game it is, but I'll take a point now.
Vicky?
Oh, I'm going to be optimistic, and I'm going to go 2-1 Carve.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I said in recent years, apart from last season when I went, of course, and we lost, we've been doing all right in recent years at Stoke. Miles?
Wow. Do you know what? I got a result right, didn't I, on Tuesday? Wow. Couldn't believe that. I was shocked. I'm a bit like Wayne, actually. I think, you're probably looking at a drab 0-0 because no team's going to want to lose it. I think it could end up being like the game against Leicester, where no one wants to take the gamble and try and, score, or try and, not score, not concede a goal. I think it's going to be very cagey. But knowing my luck, it'll be a 5-4. So do you know what? I'm going 5-4.
Not to Stoke?
No, to Cov. I'm going 5-4. I'm going for... at the end of the day, I'm bottom of the league in our group, so I don't care. I'm just going to go for it. And maybe Stoke's goals have all dried up. I think they've scored 8 goals in 2 games. We haven't dried up. We've scored 5 in 2 games, so I'm chuffed with that. So it could be 5-4. I'm going 5-4. Put a quid on it.
So Carl, looking ahead then, do you think if Stoke finished outside the playoffs now, you'd be bitterly disappointed because of the way you've started?
Because of the way we started, yeah. But I said at the start of the season, what Markrobins has got to do is he's got to improve us. Obviously, like yourselves, we can't quite believe what we're watching at the minute. To be where we are is unbelievable. I would be disappointed, but I am still sticking with my prediction where I said I was going to go for 10th. Anything above 10th, I'd be happy with. But obviously, it'd be a crash down from where we are now as well. So it'd be bittersweet, really.
Have the gates gone up at all? Because I do notice there's quite a few empty seats still at the 365. So surely the Stoke fans have gone on board by now. They can see something's happening.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping Saturday, with you being top of the league and us second, it's going to be a bumper crowd. There is a lot of empty seats, and that's the result of drab football for many seasons. A lot of the seats that you do see as well, to behind the goal to the left, that is quite often the away fan section. I know Coventry have always sold that out. Every time you've come, that's always sold out. Bristol the other day, obviously, there wasn't many that travelled down. Not many people want to travel to Stoke, especially when it takes you 2 hours 45 from Bristol. But yeah, fingers crossed, then people start buying into what's happening and they start coming back in the droves, really, because we need it. We do need it now.
Because I remember back in the Premier League days, you were sort of renowned for being the loudest at home games. That was they used to say it was like a fearsome place to come to. Do you miss the days of Tony Pulis?
I do. It was horrible football. It was so boring watch, but everybody hated us. And there's just that thing where everybody hates you. They hate the style of football. We used to absolutely wind Arsene Wenger up, and I was all for it. I was all for throwing balls in the boxes, kicking lumps out to players. It was something that we got behind, because as you see, if you go in the Premier League now and you start trying playing out from the back, it doesn't work, because you try and play out against the back with teams like Man City and Arsenal. It's very hard to compete with them teams, especially with the money they've got. So that's how we dealt with it in the Premier League. We just kicked the ball up top and kicked the players that were in the way and threw the ball in the net.
Well, what you did is create a siege mentality, and that's how it feels like at the CBS now, because under Frank, we've only lost 2 games in a year, which is just, and that was to Leeds and Burnley at home. It's just incredible. And it does make a big difference. And I think on the guys there will probably agree on Tuesday night, that game, yet again, we've talked about other games this season, we don't win that game if it was last season, because it's incredible, the atmosphere, and it does make a big difference. So it'd be interesting to see what happens at your place if we take the lead, and it'd be interesting to see what happens if you take the lead, because then we've got to really knuckle down, haven't we, Miles, if that happens?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's but we've shown on Tuesday night we can do it. And you know, to be fair, we tried to get back in it at Wrexham as well with 4 changes to the team. So I think we're strong enough to bounce back if we do go 1-0 down. We've got the fight in the team, haven't we?
Oh, definitely. Is it you guys want to ask? Now he's got receptions okay now. You guys want to ask him a question? I'm all right. No, you've asked everything I think we all need to ask. Brilliant.
Does Robins still do late substitutions for you like you used to do for us?
Yeah, I think that's been the only gripe what Stoke fans have had about Robins.
Yeah.
I think Norwich, we were drawing with them, and it should have been substitutions coming on, because you could see so many of the players were so leggy come the 60th minute, and you're thinking, just make a substitution, please. But he leaves it till about the 79th, 80th minute. That would be my only complaint, and that's really nitpicking.
Yeah, he's a bit cautious on that front, isn't he, Vicky? He always was.
Yeah, I mean, Carl's sort of explanation about what he's done at Stoke, and then that it's just like deja vu, really, because effectively that's what he did here. Reconnected a fan base with a team, and then the thing about the subs, so it just feels like he's doing exactly what he did here. It's like deja vu, isn't it, really?
Yeah, well, I think, like I said earlier, right at the top of this, that every Coventry City fan, I mean, will wish the best for Mark Robins now, whatever happens. But obviously, you're not allowed to go up unless we do. That's just the way it is. I'll tell you what, the top 6, I don't know what you guys think about this. The top 6, magnificent. There's no parachute payment clubs in
Brilliant,
there.
Isn't it?
It's all the clubs have had. I mean, I know you guys are rich beyond whatever, but you can't spend that money. You've got to generate the funds yourselves anyway. And be honest, the guys you got in power there have looked after the club for years. They're proper Stokies, aren't they? They're proper fans. and it makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're from the area. They've ploughed so much money into the club. I think if we weren't under the financial fair play restrictions, we'd have probably spent a hell of a lot more than what we actually have done. We've still got the free away travel. I know this is a very touchy subject with Coventry at the minute, but the prices, he's capped the season ticket prices since we were in the days of the Premier League. It's never changed. Don't mention
no more ticket prices. No, we're not talking about ticket prices.
That's a great situation to be in. Because I mean, 365. I mean, you couldn't get any much richer, could you? Really, outside the Saudis, and that's giving something back to the fans. But they can do that. So that's fair enough, And to be honest, our owners does some great things.
Yeah.
We're getting beer at £3.60 a pint now, which is he's cut it by half almost. The price of the booze around the ground. The place is full an hour after the match. They've got the bars open still, which is brilliant. So I think if you get somebody from your area looking after your club, it makes a massive difference. Which I've always thought has been. I mean, I've got a couple of good mates who are Stoke fans, and for years they used to come with me to Highfield Road. Used to batter you, to be honest. And we didn't used to get much change at the Victoria Ground. We didn't. We were homeless. But that was probably me going to away games, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But
are you coming Saturday?
No, I'm not.
No,
he's not. No, he's barred.
I'll pay for your ticket. I'll pay for your ticket.
Can I just ask you one last question? Has Mark Robins used the line after a game when you haven't won, you've drawn, or you've lost? Has he used the line saying the players are tired?
He actually hasn't. He actually hasn't used that line.
Wow.
He's given every interview how us fans have watched it. He's called players out. If we've lost, he says we weren't good enough. Such and such wasn't good enough. He's given no excuses. I think the only one thing that he said not long ago, I can't remember who it was we played, and he mentioned something about the grass. He says the ball was moving slow across the grass because the grass was long. And I think their fans jumped straight on that and said, look at the excuses. But he genuinely doesn't pull no punches. His interviews have been brilliant, and that's what's been so refreshing as a Stoke fan. We've had so many managers come in and say, players are tired, these are not my players, this, and this. He's come in and he says it as we see it, which is brilliant.
Great. And just, sorry, one more. Does he say brilliant, 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 brilliant?
Actually, you know what? I haven't picked up on it, but I can't say no.
You will do now. You will do now.
You will do now.
I will do, yeah.
Every
one
time.
of them things, once you highlight it, you'll see it all the time now.
We were counting every time he had an interview. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. That play was brilliant. He was brilliant. That was brilliant. Brilliant. And he would, in like interviews, he'd do about 15, 20 times say the word brilliant.
I'm going to go back on all the interviews now and have a look for that.
Well, Carl, thanks for coming on. Thanks for taking the time. So you're going for a draw, aren't you, I believe?
I'd be happy with a draw, yeah. Obviously, I'd be more than happy with us nicking a 2-1 win, but I think with your attacking line, our defence has been pretty solid. We're starting score now, so I think 1-1 I'll go with, yeah.
Oh, before you go, how did you feel last season, that goal went in right at the death?
Oh, our defender, but well, he wanted to defend. It was Beja. We did so well get back into that game because the first half he absolutely battered us, and then we come into it and we were looking really good, and then that was a right sucker punch. So yeah, nice one for bringing that up. I'd forgot about that.
I remember Mark Robins, when it went in, he just sat down on the hoardings as if to say, I can't believe that's just happened. Because you look like you were going to get the winner, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it was just our Korean midfielder, Beja. He just didn't run out and close that ball down for that shot. And you look at that, and that could have been the game changer if he'd have just ran a few metres, tried to close the player down before he shot. It could have been a different story, but that's football. It's a funny game, isn't it?
Was it Bobby Thomas who scored that?
Yeah.
He's having a great season as well, Carl. So, anyway, thanks for coming on.
All the best.
Thanks, Carl.
Yeah, thanks, Carl. And let's
All
hope
right.
it's a great game. I think it'd be a good feisty affair, good proper Midland derby. That's what we want. And
Hopefully so, yeah.
if all honours are even, I'm happy with that. We'll still be top of the league. And we were saying this time last week, we're virtually crying because we're losing to Wrexham. A week on, we're actually gained a point on the team who's second, and we've been okay. We've not been outstanding. So it is a strange league. It changes so much. You don't know what to expect in the Championship at all. So it'd be interesting. But thanks for coming on again. And
all right.
All the best, mate. Cheers. Thank you.
All the best. Take care. See you later, everyone.
All the best, mate.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Sorry about
that. Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Comments, Jack.
Just brilliant.
Mark Light says, can Rushworth be recalled any time during the season? He can be recalled during the January transfer window. I don't know if we're subject to any payments for that. But after that, I think he can only be recalled in emergency situations. That's all I know. Luke says 3G in Stoke. Alex says 2G in Stoke. And then when he went missing, Luke says 3G in Cov as well. So we had it all there. Mick Kelly says Carl froze just like their defence will on Saturday. And Cooley was having a laugh when he come back on and froze again. And Thomas, as in Sorba Thomas, has been one of the bargains of the season. Excellent signing. I think we were rumoured to be going for him, weren't we? I don't know how true they were, but I think there were rumours saying we were getting him and Radoni at one point.
Yeah, you're right.
I watched Stoke on TV. They are physically strong, direct. Think it could be a tough game. Our A team to turn up, hopefully. Matty says, someone start a GoFundMe for Carl's. And I just say, Matty, that's a fantastic photo you've got on your page there.
It is interesting, though, because Stoke at the start of the season wouldn't have been a particularly worrying game for us, would it? We'd be fancying 3 points there, to be honest. And I think that's what we need to do on Saturday. We are top of the league.
Everything changes, doesn't it?
We're there for a reason.
Luke's going for 9-1 Cov. That'd be perfect.
Wow.
Miles, my dad says a 5-4 victory is 200 to 1 on Sky Bet.
I'm having £1 on it then.
If you can, you buy me a beer.
I'm having £1 on that. I need to get my vet's bills back for today.
Yeah.
Bloody dog.
Paul Stratton says beer was £6 on Tuesday in Concourse. That's not entirely true, Paul. Budweiser was £3.60, and the rest of the beers were £5 something. It might have been £5.99 to be fair, but Doug said it was under £6. But I had Bud for £3.60. So
I was drinking. All right. I was drinking Guinness for £3.60 in the anecdote.
Ooh.
Yeah, interesting.
I thought you were in the posh bit, not the anecdote.
Well, I went there first.
Mark Packman says, good luck for the rest of the season, Carl, but not Saturday. 40R, you just missed your chance. Does Sam Gallagher still play for Stoke? As I feel like every time he plays Cov, he scores. He's one of them, isn't he, that we don't tend to like playing against. He's built a little bit like Kiefer Moore in the fact he's big, he's strong, he's direct, and he can, on his day, cause problems. So let's hope that we don't have another repeat of Kiefer Moore. Or even Sam Gallagher got the equaliser last year, I believe, at home. So let's hope that doesn't happen again.
Well,
there's a betting site crashed. I can't get on it because all the Cov fans are going on for the 5-4
win. I looked at. I was watching Wrexham last night, and Kiefer Moore looked absolutely useless last night.
Oh.
It just shows how much we get. It was so annoying watching them. Thinking, in fact, Wrexham looked poor.
Gifted.
I know.
Gifted.
Another go and spot the ball. Get your comments in. You can win a Sky Blue Fans TV mug. So get your comments in with where you think the ball is on this one.
I saw somebody was after. I got a spare program. Somebody had messaged on here way back at the start of the program. Did anybody have a spare one from Tuesday? And the answer is yes.
That.
Well, then somebody else asked for it.
I don't care. I'll have that.
Well, tell you what, we'll auction it off, Miles, and you can join in.
£1.
Cheryl Davis, there you go. Cheryl Davis.
Yes. That's
So-
Mark
There you
Rainbow's.
go. It's for a resident of a
nursing
nursing home. Well, you can't have that over the resident of the nursing home.
Oh, there you go.
It's for Mark Rainbow's wife, isn't it? Girlfriend, partner.
Yeah, no, they can have it. It's for the
Yeah.
for the residents' home. They can have it,
Good
can't
lad,
they? Yes.
Miles.
Yeah.
Good lad, Miles.
Well
Yeah,
done.
yeah, you can have that. Yeah, I'll let you have it.
There you go. That's the comments
See,
caught up
I
with.
told you it's crashed. Look, it's crashed because everyone's on putting the £1 bet on. Unbelievable! You watch them odds come down now. I'll go on there. It'd be about 10 to 1.
Do you know, my dad bet 3-1 on every Cov game, and he forgot to have a bet on Tuesday.
Oh,
well,
no. I've
never
been saying
mind.
3-1 those this season. And I said 2-1, and I was like, oh, no, why have I done that?
Someone got the score right on Tuesday, didn't they?
What are
yeah,
the standings? What are the standings, Jack?
I haven't got a graphic. Ken's on top now on his own 38 points. I'm
Hold on a
37.
minute. He didn't have 3-1.
Don't matter. That's the points. I've got 37, Claudio 36, Vicky 31, Miles 13.
Yes.
But
I'm
you have
catching
got
you.
a score correct. You have got a score correct, which only Ken has done as well. So,
Yeah. I'm
not
catching
bad.
you now. That's it. I'm on it. 5-4
But
this
just to say,
weekend.
Miles, I've got 10 correct results. You've got 10 incorrect results. So
Yeah, that's because I was predicting we were going to lose every bloody week.
Language. I do apologise for the language yet again. We have to get him banned from this station at this rate.
I didn't swear.
You're not allowed to say the B word.
What? I'm not allowed to say the B word.
Jack, have we got some images from Tuesday night?
Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, I suppose we've got this fella. Good looking
yeah.
guy that stood next to Claudio.
Good looking guy,
Klaus, yeah, he's good looking, that Klaus.
Klaus Jorgensen, yeah. So I was bending his ear instead of Lucas during the game.
Oh, God, I bet he couldn't wait to get away.
It was
Ken?
good value. He's going to come on the History Podcast as well, which is great. So that's good.
Brilliant.
What for?
Talk about the history for.
Not Ken.
Not Ken.
Oh, Ken. Oh, Klaus.
We've also had a Facebook profile called Elephant Head,
Oh, that's
created
brilliant.
graphic, which is well, 4 of the 5 images are fantastic.
That's brilliant.
Hilarious. So whoever it is, let us know, please, because we really are intrigued. And
The comments
it-
were on that were great as well.
Yeah, why is there a naked man with an elephant head? Wayne Littlewood wears Miles. Uncle Jonga as well. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Oh,
We got some of there's the new flags.
Oh,
Anyone
yeah.
else?
Did they wave them when we scored, by the way?
No,
No.
it was only before
No.
the game.
But
They should-
do you know what though? Do you know what, Claudio?
What?
We've only gone and done it again.
Tell them what we've gone and done.
Well, we asked for flags. We got flags.
That's it.
Thanks, Sky Blue Fans TV, for that. See, the club listen. Wayne's loving it, isn't you, Wayne? You love being on it.
More comments or more images? Is that it? Is anything else?
Oh, yeah, we got goals.
Oh,
let's
have
get
you? Oh, let me find.
Oh,
the
yeah, I
goals.
got the goals. Should we put the
let's get
goals
the
up?
goals up. Let's get the goals up.
Oh, hold on. Before that, here's a shout out to Mark from Texas. There he is, Mark from Texas. He's over here
Was he-
planning his. He's over here planning his mum's funeral, and he's flying back Saturday, and then he's coming back in at the end of November for the funeral, and he's going to come to some more games. So there you go.
Was it in Dylan's earlier, Miles?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was on my mate Lee's podcast.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was down there. Yeah. And then yeah. So let's get the goals up. Here we go. Brilliant. Absolutely. The noise is unbelievable in that ground. The noise is just deafening, isn't it?
Oh,
Deafening.
it's different scale nowadays. It's absolutely wonderful. Yeah, and we carried it on. I think getting everybody there before the kickoff was good as well, because I've noticed this season, because there's been cheap beer and all the rest of it. People seem to be getting to the seats a lot later than they would have done in previous seasons. So, and then, I don't know. It was good getting everybody sat down early and getting. And they also the play out music. They changed it back to what it was, didn't they? The old style. All the songs.
Also, we can claim something else that Sky Blue Fans TV have achieved at the club.
Oh, go on then, Miles. What have we done this time?
Oh, wow. You see, we've done something else. I forgot about this one. It's just come into my head now when you were talking about the concourse and people drinking beer. Guess what they've got? And I've been saying it for 2 seasons.
What they got?
Self-service beer thing is.
Oh.
See?
Brilliant. I didn't need that. I had a waiter where I was.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, but not all of us
Vicky, kick him off. I can't get into this betting site to put me pound on 5-4.
Miles, you got day and a half, mate. Relax.
No,
So,
I won't do it now.
Let's look forward then to Saturday. We've all made our predictions, but starting with you, Wayne, are you expecting any changes in the lineup?
I think they'll start with Mason Clark. Will we change it more than that? I can't really see. I think they're going to keep the same team that finished the game on, I think, on Tuesday.
Is that how you see it, Jack?
I'm torn. I think part of me thinks he'll go with the team that started the second half with Efron on the left. A part of me thinks we'll go to a back 5 like we did at Pompey. We'll keep Torp and Grimes in the midfield. And this is where I said I'd be controversial, because I said Thomas Asante is not brilliant off the left, but I think in a 5-2-3, you'd start Sims up top as the number 9. You put Thomas Asante on the left, but with the dynamic of a back 5, De Silva's got more license than ever to go forward and even stay forward, which actually brings that front 3 into a front 4 almost, with De Silva as like a left winger and Asante and Sims as 2 strikers, which brings Asante back centrally again in that attacking dynamic. So even though it would on paper line up with Asante playing as a left winger, it would sort of mean he's still centralised because of that wing back element to the dynamic. So I can see Wolfenden starting at centre half and Sims starting as a number 9, and that would mean Hadji was dropped, and it would mean Eccles was dropped for Wolfenden, and EMC stays on the bench. Then on the bench, that means you've got the firepower of EMC and Hadji Wright to come off the bench should we need it, to then return to a 4-3-3 and go at Stoke.
Well, Vicky, they play with 2 very fast fullbacks getting forward. So do we need to do something to counteract that then as well? Because after all, we are playing away.
I think the best thing to do, almost like what Jackson said, if you're playing that, so you've got De Silva and Milan and Sakamoto all causing a threat. That's the best way to deal with it, isn't it? Give them something to think about so they can't attack us. Just go for it. We play better going for it. We're not really set up to be like we're not set up to be like a Burnley type team, are we? From like last season, we're not set up to be a team that's going to like just sneak a 1-0 here and there. We're set up that we play better when we're attacking, and so I just think we should be going for it.
So, Miles, looking at the way we play, do you think we should just go for it then? Because, I mean, I know we've talked about this before. It looks like we're going to have to outscore teams, aren't we? Because that's the way we like to play. And we are outscoring teams playing the way we're playing. So is it just 4-3-3, just go for it?
I think if Frank's if we win this, we could go 7 points clear going into the international break. We've been top every international break. So if we can get the 3 points this Saturday, which I think that will be the team talk. It will be probably, everyone will agree with this. I think the team talk will be, right, we're going out there, we've got to win this. We can go 7 points clear. That gives us 2 weeks. We said it the other night. We can risk these 3 games at Rodoni because we need Rodoni 100% fit. We can't rush him back. If he's just, nearly there, he's nearly there, but we need him 100%. I think we go out for the win here. I think we have to go out for the win. We have to build that gap more. We have to get a bigger gap because we've got some tough games coming up. We've got Middlesbrough away. We've got Ipswich away. They're tough. They're tough matches. And I think that's the mentality. I think we've got to do. We've got to win this. I think we have to go out to try. Well, got to win it. Probably the wrong word. Try to win it. We've got to go out and try to win it. What we can't do is lose it. So if it's tight and we manage to get over the line and win it, happy days, as long as we don't lose it. And I know that's what we always say, but I think we go out to win this on Saturday because it sets another level to everyone around us and everyone that's chasing us. I still can't believe none of the 3 that have come down are up there. I literally can't believe it. I'm gobsmacked by it all. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous that those teams aren't in and around the playoffs. I never thought this was going to be the season the way it's turning out. So I think we go out to win it. I do, but the main thing is don't lose it.
They look ordinary. The teams have come down. It's weird.
Mm. Yeah,
They've got no potency about them at all. No, so are you thinking then the same lineup that started the second half?
Got to be. If it was me, I'd take Hadji off. I'd give Hadji off. I would, because for me, I know he had a couple of chances in the first half, but second half, I thought he was a bit lazy. I know he got onto the ball to set it up for Thomas Asante, and you can normally be, selfish and take it, go round or try and score that goal. So fair play to him for doing that, because he didn't do it at Millwall, if you remember. He had the chance to pass it and he didn't. So he's obviously had a bollocking for that. But if it was me, I'd drop him and I'd play Sims on Saturday. I think physicality.
Was that being unselfish or lack of confidence because he's not scoring?
No, I think before at Millwall, he went for the shot. This time he's gone. He's obviously been told, look, if we're in this situation, don't try and score it. You've got a man over, you play it to him. And that's proper. That's how you play football. That's how you do it. That's how you've got to do it. And he did it. So fair play to him. But I would drop him this weekend. I'd put Sims on from the start. Physicality. Everyone's saying Stoke are physical, so we need Sims to be physical.
We need the Corona physical, don't we?
Like he was at Portsmouth. That's what we need from Sims.
Good shout. Jack, comments?
Yeah, there's a few coming in. Robert Mason says, good crack tonight. Everyone informed, just like the team. Win on Saturday, we could be 7 points clear. We'll be a minimum of 5 if we win. And 8 points if you take the goal difference into account, because it's essentially a point gap, the fact that we're so far ahead of everyone, which is fantastic. Cartoon has Jack wearing a proper sky blue cap. You know what? Might be one Miles likes. You never know.
Yeah, it's nice, that one. I like that one.
Brooksy says, see you Saturday, Jack. Yeah, be good to see you again, mate. Alan says, lads, any update on Rodoni? I just don't think we know anything official, do we?
I think shoes. I was going to say, I think he's got worse taste in shoes than you, Claudio.
What
Wayne,
is that even about?
Wayne, have you ever seen Claudio's shoes?
No, I don't. Do I have to?
Mate, no, trust me, you don't want to see them. But Verdoni's are even worse than Claudio's, and that's saying something.
Wow.
Honestly.
Hey, has Wayne plugged his event yet?
Not as yet. Not yet.
Well, plug it now then.
Come on, then. Come on. Right, Wayne, tell us about it.
Oh, right. Okay. So I've got an event. I've done it for the past 2 years now, and this is the third one, and it's called Skank for Heroes. So basically, it starts off on a Friday. Up near the poster, Miles, at all. I sent you. It starts on a Friday. Did you or not? Have you got it or not? No.
No.
Well, anyway, it starts on a Friday in Two-Town Village. I think Miles, you DJ'd up there the month when the Enemy was up there.
Yeah.
So it's up on Ball Hill. So it's up there on Friday night. So we're going to have a bit of a warm-up night up there. So there's a solo artist and some DJs playing up there. We were doing a bucket collection for the charity. So the charity is called UK Homes for Heroes. UK Homes for Heroes is not Help for Heroes. UK Homes for Heroes is a small charity which supports homeless veterans and their families to help them off the streets, feed them on the streets, give them respite. People that have got issues, we help them. Put them in respite. We've got a couple of caravans we put them in, for a bit of a break. So that's all happening on the Saturday. So we've got from about 2 o'clock at Cloister King Club in Cowden. So we've got about 5 or 6 bands and playing and DJs. We've got auctions. We've got raffles. So all the money we're going to make is going to the charity UK Homes for Heroes.
Brilliant. How did you come about doing that then, Wayne? How did you start doing that a couple of years ago, and why?
So basically, my father and my brother are in the forces. We're in the forces, both in the Royal Navy. My father-in-law, he was the youngest soldier in Borneo at the time. It was my wife's dad, and I could see that there was, where the people are, on the streets, mainly ex-forces people. I've been, to various towns and cities, and I usually give them £1 here and that. And I've talked to one chap, and I said, well, does anybody help you? And they mentioned this charity they was going to, and this charity is called UK Homes for Heroes. So I contacted them, and they're only a small charity. There are two people run it, and I said, "Can I help you by putting an event on?" And I said, "Yeah, that'd be brilliant." So the first year, we raised about £3,000 for the charity. Last year, we earned £13,000 for the charity.
Wow!
But that was with a lot of donations coming. So I'm hoping to beat that this year. So it's it's a grassroots charity. It's not, they haven't got big CEOs and anything like that. So and it's all the money goes to them, helps the boys and girls on the streets, and that's just about it really.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Great cause as well, and you got some great music going to be played there as well, haven't you? So it really relates to Coventry, doesn't it? The music that you've got playing on the night.
A lot of ska music. I've got some bands coming over from, I think, Cambridge, Two-Tone Mafia. So they're playing the old specials and stuff like that. I've got a girl singing Northern Soul, and I've got a punk band turning up. So we've got quite a few genres, but it's mainly ska and reggae. But great.
Brilliant. Great cause. And if anyone wants to go and join Wayne on Saturday after you get back from Stoke, or if you're not going, then head over. Phone number's there, 07834 386 140, or visit the venue for your ticket, Chrysler King Parish Centre, Coventry CV6 2AA. So get down there and support a great cause this Saturday, 2 p.m. till late. You say late, what is it, sort of late? 12?
Finish it, wrapping up about midnight, mate. So Elvis kicks it off. You're an Elvis fan. He's kicking off at 2:30. That guy in the corner there, in the corner post. So he's going to kick it off. And then obviously it's going to go from all the other sort of bands we coming on after that. Brilliant. How many tickets you sold so far, do you know? So we've sold about 150 tickets, something like that. So brilliant. Now venue holds over 200. So if you're going to turn up, please turn up. You know, you can support us, will be much appreciated. Fantastic. Absolutely superb. Love it. Absolutely brilliant. Right
then, Jack, it wouldn't be a show without some stats, would it?
So, no.
So come on then. What have you got? You said they were amazing. They better be amazing. I've left it till last.
I was wondering when I was going to get the chance. I didn't think I'd get the chance tonight. We always try and emulate positivity here. We all have to have a moan every so often, but we want to stay positive and be positive unless your name's Claudio. So as Claudio mentioned a little bit earlier, we are 5 points better off than Leeds were this time last season. So 14 games in, Leeds had 26 points. They'd won 7, drawn 5, lost 2, and only scored 22 goals. They'd conceded 9. We've conceded 13. But they'd only scored 22. You might think, oh, they must have been top. No, they were 3rd in the league at this point. 2nd was Sheffield United with 28 points. And top were Sunderland with 30 points. So we're even above the level of where Sunderland were at last year, which is a start. Sunderland had only scored 23. And again, they'd lost 2 games. You know, so it's just baffling that we're having a better start to the season than any team last year, which is great. And I know Leeds went on to make 100 points. So did Burnley. Burnley were in 4th with only 23 points from the first 30. Well, they had played 13 games, 1 less. I think they were due to play West Brom by the looks of it. I don't know how they got on against West Brom, but, you know, so again, we are just starting a lot better than all the teams last year, which is a fantastic start. And then looking at our own record, 14 games in last year was the milestone when we sacked Mark Robins. Deservedly, I think, in the end. I know we were all very emotional at the time, but 14 games, 7 home, 7 away. We'd won 3 at home and lost 4. We'd only won 1 away game, drawing 3 and losing 3. We'd only scored 18 goals in those 14 league games. We'd conceded 19. So that's a goal difference of -1. And just to compare that to now, 7 home, 7 away, obviously in the league. But at home, 5 wins, 2 draws, no losses, as we all know. Away, 4 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. So we're on 31 points, which is better than last year's 15. So we're more than twice as good in points. We have scored 39 goals. We'd only scored 18 last year. So again, more than twice as good as last season. Conceded 19 last year, conceded 13 this year. So it's almost half as bad or almost twice as good if you want to look at it in that metric. And we only kept 2 clean sheets last year, 1 at home, 1 away. Now we've kept 6 clean sheets, 3 at home, 3 away. So in every metric, we are almost or better than twice as good as last year in every metric. This season, we've had 10 different goal scorers net already in 14 games. Last year, for the entire season, it was 15 all season. And we're only a third of the way through this season. So we're 2/3 of the way to the goal scorers anyway. And then I was just looking at the end of season stats and I thought 66 goals in 48 league appearances last season isn't bad. But again, we've scored 39 goals this season. So we're more than halfway to our goal tally of last year, and it's not even the November international break. Everything you read about the stats at the moment now compared to last year is outrageously improvements in every metric, like I say.
Well,
And the fact that Tats has already hit his goals tally from last year in 4. Asante only scored 6 in all competitions, 4 in the league. Well, he got 4 in the league in September for us. Hadji, I know he had his injury problems, scored 12 league goals. Well, at the moment, he's on 8 league goals, so he's 2/3 of the way there. Ellis has currently got 3. 1 of those was in the cup. And last year, he got 7, 1 in the cup, so 6 in the league, and he's already got 2. So even if he continues with the rate of not playing often, but getting the goals, he'll beat last season's tally. Torp had got 6 last season. He's already got 6 this season. And in fact, he hasn't scored in a few weeks, has he? So there's another positive. I know Bobby ended up with 5 last year, which was mad. And he's only got 2 so far. But again, long season. He is dangerous in both boxes, isn't he, Claudio? As you keep saying. And then there were chipping goals from Eccles, Van Iver, Grimes, Bissett. Casey Palmer got 1 last season. I know that was in the league as well against Bristol City. And Bidwell got 1, and obviously Jamie Patterson, who we acquired in January. So there's time that we can equal the metric of 15 different goal scorers. I think we probably will, because the players that haven't scored so far this season, Van Ivac, you'd expect might get 1. Kitchen could always get 1. He did last year. Eccles probably will get 1 in the long run. Allen's got 1 already. And then the likes of Grimes hasn't got 1. He got 2 last year, and we only got him in January. So it's just fantastic. And then finally, if we've got 31 points in 13 games, I think if we keep this up, we're on for 101 points. I'm just checking.
There.
Yeah, well, it's 101.66 points, or 102 if you're rounding up. So we're on course for 102 points at the current rate of picking up points.
Mad, that's mad.
Is
Brilliant.
better.
What is going on?
Just to confirm, this is better than Leeds and Burnley last season.
You know what I got from all that, Jack? I saw all those 4 losses.
With that away?
3 of them. That's why I'm not allowed anymore.
Plymouth won it.
Plymouth. Wayne, what do you think to those stats following the Sky Blues all these years?
It's mad. It's absolutely crazy, isn't it? I mean, it wasn't so long ago. I mean, we were in League 2 and we struggled. How far we've come, it's just unreal. It really is unreal. You know what I mean? I can remember going to Notts County away and all them grounds, and well, how far we've come. It's just unreal.
It doesn't seem, for me as a fan like you guys, I keep having to sort of think we're top of the league. This is just ridiculous. And like Jack, you've just said those stats, Vicky. I mean, for you, this must be just, I don't know, nearly all the icing on the cake with a load of candles in it.
It's just like dream world, isn't it? I mean, we've had some pretty decent times. Like you get to Wembley, you think, oh, that's good, and then good's happened, and then we like get promoted a couple of times, thinking this is good, and then like it just keeps on. So my dream to play in Europe is going to come true. We're going to get there. Yeah,
I think you're right. I think you are right. I mean, it's like I mean, I was at Blackburn when Ben Wilson scored and got us to the playoffs. Really, got us to the into the playoffs, and they are magical moments in all the years I've been following them. And then you go, well, we beat Man United. We should have got in the final. That could have been. We had 3 trips to Wembley in a matter of years. It just doesn't seem right. And those stats, Jack, They are amazing, mate. Absolutely brilliant. And I tell you what, when you look at it and you read them stats out, it's like, who's going to catch us? Because that is...
We could be safe in 6 games.
I know. I turn around.
Right, yeah.
I turn around to everyone on Tuesday. I says, hey, well, you need 19 points. We're safe.
And not just us. I mean, you look at Millwall, Charlton,
I know.
Bristol City. I mean, Hull are doing quite well, even though they're 8th. Middlesbrough, Stoke. It's great. And you've said this, all these teams doing it the hard way, and hopefully it's paying off. And I hope it will pay off for us, because it'd be interesting to see what happens in January, because I think I've got a feeling if we are where we are, you'd think, come on, Doug, bring in 2 or 3 players just to do it, because
something's happening in January.
Well, yeah, I think there is as well. Yeah,
there is.
Is that coded, Miles?
Something's happening in January. Trust me, something is happening.
The fact that you and Ken, Miles, said there's 2 in, there's 2 coming in.
No. Whoa.
Two more coming in.
No, Ken said 2 more coming in. I said 1 more. Thank you very much. So, yeah. And I said something magical's happening at our club. And lo and behold, a few weeks later, we buy the ground.
Something magical. You predicted us 7th.
Don't matter.
He's forgotten about that. This is now, isn't it?
You know the reasons why I predicted us 7th?
The fact he predicted we're not going up is probably why we are going up.
Exactly. Yeah. There you go. See? That's it. See what I mean? Because they watch the show and all the players are going, right, I'm going to prove Miles wrong because he's going to have his tattoo. Going to make him have his tattoo. And I hate needles. I've got to have it. I've told everyone I'm having a tattoo. If we go up.
Hopefully it's not because they want to see Claudio in his pants.
Wait for that one.
No, we ain't having that. Definitely not.
Can we live stream it for the channel?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I was just thinking about that the other day. I was thinking we're going to do a video of it. Won't live it, but we'll do a video of me having me tattoo, I think.
Oh, I think me in my pants.
No, forget that.
The same day, you're going to turn up to the tattoo parlour with Miles in your pants and we're going to live it.
We'll finish off with some comments in a minute. I just want to bring this up. Claudio, you've had a lovely chat on Tuesday night about this, didn't you?
Yeah, I brought this up at the start of the show where Mr. Doug King beckoned me to come have a word, met me in the aisle of the just between the 2 sets of seats there, and said he thought it was brilliant. Really enjoyed it. Looking forward to part 2. I was gobsmacked, to be honest, because I didn't think he'd be watching the history podcast, but apparently he does. So that says a lot, doesn't it? I think about our owner.
Yeah.
You know, that's interesting. That he wanted to hear what a previous owner had said and what, you know, because it was all about the stadium and everything else. And there's going to be a part 2 as well, which we're filming next week. But yeah, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I mean, I said, you know, it's props to the whole channel, really, because there's a whole support network behind all this now, and it's really good. From all the little shorts we do, from the little images on the screen, and it's all good. It's all good stuff, and yeah, we just enjoy doing it, don't we?
Yeah, it's brilliant. And if you want to catch that, you can get it on our YouTube channel on the History Podcast side of the channel. And you can watch it on Spotify. Now, I know Bonfire's out the way now. Right, isn't it? It's out the way. Christmas adverts are on the telly. Right, I just need to push this. Christmas 80s fancy dress party. 20th of December, 7:30 till late. Right, you've got to come down. This is going to be brilliant. 80s fancy dress. Christmas party. What more do you want?
Can I just won't be able to make it because he'll be at Southampton away.
Who will be?
I might be actually because my daughter's
you
down
ain't
there.
Going. You're not going. No.
I know her fella's a Southampton fan as well.
So there you go. They are. So book it in your diary now. Get down the old Shep.
In fairness, this is the easiest
party.
This is the easiest fancy dress for me. I'll just go in my wardrobe and get me clobber out.
Well, exactly. Ideal for you.
It's all from the
Ideal.
80s.
Yeah,
Have
but
you done the?
Claudia, your stuff's from the 1880s, isn't it?
Oh, that's it, yeah. Got a big
So there
long
we go.
pipe. Right, Jack, do a few comments and then we'll wrap it up, I think, because it's bedtime.
1 minute, we're going to do spot the ball as well.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Cov Coleman says EMC secret weapon, but not that secret. Cannot let them score first. Slow start and let them run round and go for the jugular big time. Yeah. 11, 13 and 16 points clear of the relegated 3 in Ipswich, Leicester and Southampton. Strange old season, but loving it. And that's including Southampton won on last night, actually, which is a shock with no manager. Maybe that's all they need. They need no manager. Doesn't matter who they have. Just don't have a manager.
Easy game, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, Bev says Frank will be going for the win for sure. Ellis Sims to start and get a brace. Gary says from Vancouver, keep with Wright, always potential of a goal. Is the Sims Portsmouth pass the most hyped assist of the last few years? The pass might be, but the fact he outmuscled the bloke, held the ball up, and then had the vision for the pass is more important than the actual pass.
Yeah.
So. Alex says, it's such a shame this game's not on TV. Sky has some really mediocre fixtures on Saturday. Well, the fact that we don't even know who it is without looking it up means it is mediocre, doesn't it? Claudia, have a quick look.
I googled. I think it's Hull. The 3 matches are like Preston are playing, Hull are playing, and Blackburn are playing, and it'll be one of those 3. I don't know, but it's nothing.
Aren't Preston playing another top 6 side?
I don't know.
So here you go. So your fixtures are 12:30 kickoffs. Blackburn versus Derby. That's on Sky Sports Football. Hull versus Portsmouth. Millwall versus Preston. Then 3 o'clock, Borough versus Birmingham. Norwich versus Leicester. Sheffield United QPR. That's another defeat for Sheffield United. Southampton, Sheffield Wednesday. Stoke versus the Sky Blues. Swansea versus Ipswich. That's a tough game. And West Brom, Oxford. And Wrexham, Charlton.
Watford wasn't Friday night.
Watford are playing Friday night against Bristol City. And no fixtures on Sunday.
In all fairness, our fixture against Stoke wouldn't have been attractive at the start of the season. They wouldn't look at that and think, oh, that's going to be a humdinger.
But some of those other fixtures at 3 still sound better than the one that they've picked. So it's still a bit odd, isn't it?
True, yeah.
Mark Light says, amazing stats. We are going up. I hope Frank goes with our strongest 11, says Mick Kelly. If they don't perform, make changes from the bench. This is the 101, 102 points in the season. Milan's not scored, but he does have 5 assists. And do you know what else is really weird? Milan's got 5 assists. So does Bobby Thomas. Who'd have thought big bad Bobby at the back with his rather large oversized head has 5 assists.
Big bad Bobby should be a T-shirt in this club shop.
Yeah.
That's another third concept. That happens.
His head's really large.
Big bad Bobby. That's great. That would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I could make them.
Big bad Bobby. Who else do you want? Tippy Tappy Torp.
Tippy Tappy Torp.
Dodgy to Silver.
No, you can't have dodgy, can you? It could be something positive. Tippy Tappy Torp, was it? Big bad Bobby.
Yeah.
Rescue Ranger Rushworth.
So lazy Hadji.
Positive.
Oh, sorry, positive.
Liability Latabodier.
Oh, see,
whoa, I ain't having that. He's a Jamaican international. Leave him alone.
Fair enough. Mark Light says still need to bring in new players in January to secure automatics.
Got 3 big ones coming in.
Christy says, are we getting... I'm not even going to pronounce that A winger from Sweden. Are we getting the winger from Sweden?
It's Abduli Mane from Miyabi.
There you go.
Show off.
As a long-serving Cov fan, you start to feel twitchy as you fear something will take away from us. But enjoy it as long as it lasts. Believe in the dream.
It's going to be blooming aliens this time, isn't it? That's what's going to take it away.
And
Don't
is
start
Miles paying for his advertising?
Well, in
So the
fairness,
work on- what?
the Shepherd hold our events, so I think they're worth a shout.
They are.
Great pub, by the way, Miles.
Yeah, great pub. Thanks, mate. Thank you.
And they're
It is a
big
great
City
pub.
fans, unlike some other establishments. That's all I'm saying.
Wayne goes to Killer Kitchen. I've started a trend here.
Yeah.
Killer Kitchen. Paul Cuthbert does Grinder Grimes. Now that just
That's-
sounds like no.
Paul, I think we don't want to know what your activities are in your private life. I'm happy to discuss it with you when we're on our own, but there's no need for it on this channel. Thank you.
We're up to date with the comments, so we need spot
Brilliant.
the ball.
Spot the
I'll
ball.
put more than a wheel, so when you're ready.
Spot the ball. Let me do it. I like this one. Big Bobby. Do you know what I was going to do? I was going to put one of the balls in O'Hare's face. But I thought I better not. But yeah, I didn't see him with his handbag outside the ground on Tuesday. But yeah, spot the ball. You've all had a guess, haven't you? What did you say, Wayne?
I didn't have a go, actually, but I'll go for the 8.
Number 8.
Yeah.
Okay. Rightio. Here we go then. The winner, drum roll, is number 2.
Hang on, we've got the drum roll now, Miles.
Number 2. Where's you got the drum roll?
Yeah.
Do you know what that sounds like? You want to hear or do you remember when you went to the cinema and it used to do it at the beginning of the film before the film come on?
Pearl
That
and
was great.
Dean.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, Pearl and Dean.
Ready for the
The one with the ice cream man used to come down. The chocolate ices.
Yeah. The little tubs. The hostess with the little tray used to walk down. Ice cream. Anyone want ice cream?
God, you lot are old.
We're ready for the wheel.
Go on, then. We're ready for the wheel. Spin it.
Right, can you see that?
No.
Oh,
No.
there
Yeah, now we can.
Right,
How many
1 sec.
winners?
There was 20.
60?
No, I duplicated it. There was 20.
Oh. On its freight. Congratulations. You are the winner of the Scobly Fence TV mug.
I think they've won before, haven't they? On its
I
frame.
think they have. Just remind us of your address and everything. Send it across with the email going across the bottom of the screen. I just want to say I've just had some news come through that an old friend of the family has passed away this evening. Ralph has just messaged me. So Desi Bird, who used to have the scrapyards up by the ground, has sadly passed away this evening. So all our hearts and thoughts go out to Desi's family. So yeah, just come through now. Bless him.
Right. Are we looking forward to Saturday? That's the main thing now.
I am, because you're not going.
Yes. Wayne, thank you for coming on. Pleasure to have you on.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Brilliant, Wayne.
Vicky, thank you for your insight as usual. Jack, your brilliant statistics. Miles, how is the pooch? How is that?
Yeah, 237 quid lighter again. That was my duty-free money for Sunday. All gone down the pan. But yeah, so just got to see how he goes, and hopefully we'll be looking after him while we're away.
Oh, it's good to hear, though.
Yeah, it's good to hear.
Yes.
Good to hear.
So we're all off to Stoke. We're off to the 365, if it's called. Off to the. Come on, surely we can do it. Get another win, 7 points clear, possibly going into the international break, and just give us a trophy now. Come on, play up Sky Blues. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for joining tonight. I'm so positive. I've got a really good feeling about Saturday, actually. I'll tell you what, I reckon 4-0.
Is that an official change? Is that an official change?
No. Play at Sky Blues, and we'll see you all probably around about 5:30 on Saturday, and we'll talk about what a fantastic performance. Good night, all from us and the team.
Play up Sky Blues! Come on!
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.